Welcome. Today we are celebrating the 100,000 subscriber goal that we have reached. And I just want to say how excited I am for that. And sorry, just a moment there, my screen was glitching out. I wanted to make sure that I was actually still connected to you. Yeah, we did it. We made it 100,000 subscribers. And I want to emphasize that this is not my achievement. This is not my channel's achievement. This is our achievement. This is something that we have done and accomplished together. So this, celebratory live stream, this is our celebration. This is what we have done through our collective will, through our strength of will. And Crystal, thank you for helping us wake up the world. You have unlocked loyalty badges. Our goal was to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And it's only 6 months into the year, and we have already reached our goal before the end. In just 6 months' time, we have reached our goal. So I want to give a big shout out to every single one of you out there who made this possible. And this is extremely exciting because it shows how quickly and fast we are expanding. And this is a movement. This is a spreading of information. This is a raising of consciousness. And I want you to see that this, attaining of numbers like subscriber counts and things like that. It's not about popularity. It's not about, just how many we can get. But rather, it's an indication and a counter of how much effect that we are having in the world. And every day that increases more and more. And that's why this is so exciting, because it shows the impact that we are having in the world. And it's just going faster and snowballing, and we are every day waking up people, waking up individuals. I can't tell you how amazing it is, all the emails and comments I've been getting from people saying how this is helping them wake up, become aware, see what is important. Angela, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. Wow, you donated $50. Thank you so much. On that note, let me jump into the comments here and say hello to everyone, because I am incredibly excited to see you all. Hello, everyone. Hello, Megan, Jeffrey, Steve, Aqua, Angela, of course, Katrina, JS, Sharda, Alessio, hello, Sophianne, Jordy, everyone. So good to see you. Faith, Kermidiu, everyone here. Thank you so much for making this possible. And let's, for Angela, let's spam the Triscale for Angela for her awesome donation. Thank you so much, Angela. We are spamming the Triscale for you. Excellent. I didn't even put the chat on screen. There we go. And Melanie Miro, I see you. Thank you for helping us wake up the world. Yeah, let's get those Triscales going. So happy to see you guys here. Remember, if you're on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. That's where I'm interacting in the comments. Yeah, there's Melanie. Thank you so much. Now, as we said, we have a lot to talk about today, and we are going to get to all of it. And I want to talk about this idea of achieving a goal. The idea is always to set your goal as high as possible. To set your goal as high as possible, because it's better to set a high goal and miss it by a little than to set a low goal and achieve it. Wow, Sandra Hanan, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Says, congratulations, Morgue. You've created a wonderful community here. Thank you, Sandra. And Amanda Smith, I see you as well. Thank you for helping us wake up the world. And Sumaya Wright, thank you for helping us wake up the world. And I want to talk about achieving goals, things like this today as well, because a lot of people ask, how can you achieve goals, and this is very on point and on topic to what we are discussing here today. Jacob Valenta, thank you for helping us wake up the world. And new here, you're new here, awesome. Wow, Becoming Abraxas and Morbid Lydia just donated $50. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. And Becoming Abraxas says, Black Rose and I are at a protest. We'll watch later. Perispera ad astra. That's amazing. I am so happy to see you out there supporting the Black Lives Matter movement in protest. Fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. Keep going. Blue Raven 666, congratulations on 100,000. Hyperionism needs to become the mainstream system. Absolutely, I agree. You know, let's for Black Rose and who I'm sorry, who was it? Morbid Lydia. Let's do for Black Rose. I know for Black Rose and Becoming Abraxas, we need to give them the sign of Nuterra because they are out there protesting. Let's give them the sign of Nuterra. Let's spam that for them. And then for Morbid Lydia, let's spam the Infinity Skull. I think that is appropriate for Morbid Lydia. The Infinity Skull is quite appropriate. And Kevin Weed, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Yeah, let's see those signs of Nuterra and the Infinity Skull. Just so you know, Becoming Abraxas, sign of Nuterra, as above, so below. The synthesis of opposites is the sign of Nuterra, and the Infinity Skull means eternal. Even in death, we are eternal, as death is an illusion. So happy to see everyone here. Dwayne Frazier, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Let's get some party lights going, shall we? Shall we? Why not? I'm excited. Aaron Banfield says, we need to spread this knowledge so we can truly change the world. Share, share, share. We cannot do it alone, but we can do it together as a collective. Absolutely. That's why the more you guys share, like, subscribe, that is what helps get this message out there. And that's why I'm saying that this achievement is our achievement, right? Because it's every single one of you that helps us to achieve our goals and accomplish what we are doing. And thank you so much, Dwayne. As I said, Lady Ray says, happy to be here, Morgue. Stuff going on in the head and needing to focus. Glad to be focusing on that live. That's what I love about meeting with you guys. Is that no matter what kind of shit is going down on the world, we stay strong as a community. Where are you right now? Someone asks. I live near Los Angeles, California. Roger Desculio, thank you for helping us wake up the world. David, you are fucking fantastic, my friend. David just donated $100. Wow, you are amazing. I'd put the party lights on for you, but we already have the party lights going. David says, congrats, my friend. One is very much appreciated for all the work you do and help our knowledge increase more and more. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you, David. And your support means the world to me. And your name is David/El Bebe, and I don't know if it's El Bibi or El Bieber or I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but thank you. What shall we spam for David? We're running out of oh, I know. Let's spam the Omega Sphere. Spamming the Omega Sphere for David. And as most of you know, this represents the Omega Point. Our talking about goals, the Omega Point is our ultimate goal, right? It is the end of time. The goal that we strive for, where Abraxas, the absolute, is fully realized and fully actualized, where each and every one of us is a fully actualized God and Goddess, and we become whole and united and absolute masters of everything, becoming one with the source. That is the symbol of the Omega Sphere, and why it is so important that we create a new world society that reflects that goal. Because this world has no goal. There's no goals, right? What's the goal of our societies today? Any of our societies any of our governments. Do they have any goals? No, there are no goals. If there are any goals, it's just to make money and, you know, maybe have a comfortable life before you die. There are no goals. This is why in a new world society, we need to have a point, a purpose. And the point and purpose of a new world society is the total actualization of each and every one of its members, each and every one of its citizens, each one of us striving to become the best we can possibly be, and every single one of us helping each other to do that on the road to actualization, on the road to perfection. And we can do this through education, cultivating reason, creating art, every avenue that we have, every power that we have, using it to create a better world, a better people, a better life, a better world, and a better universe. Because that's the thing, people get so small-minded, you know. We're talking about universal change, not even changing the world. I mean, yeah, our first goal, first and foremost, is to change the world. But our ultimate goal is to transform the universe, universal transformation. We are eternal beings, and we think transcendently, outside space and time. And so we can see our true goals. That's why it's important to focus on the here and now as we transform issues that are around us now, but also to remember that we have universal goals. All right, just taking a look at some of the comments here. Oh, I still have the comments on screen. I'm sorry. I'm quite excited, so I'm a little distracted with all the different screens popping up and whatnot. Hello, Olibama, Roger, Jacob, Wrath. Who else is here? Arjun. Is Arjun in the house? Iva. Hello, Hannah, Melinda, Zochitl. Yes, it's very exciting, and that is our mission. That is our mission here. I don't know if the lights are kind of, I don't know if they are distracting at the moment, but we have so much we want to plan and so much we want to do. And you know, one of the challenges is because previous to this lockdown, we were having Hyperion events, Hyperion meetups, Hyperion initiatives. With the lockdown, it does make this a challenge, of course. Excuse me. But, however, once the lockdowns are lifted, we are going to continue our expansion in the real world through events and meetups and things like this. This absolutely will happen. Not only that, but what we're going to do as well when we are able to do that is have a professional camera crew be able to film all of this so that we can keep everyone updated no matter where it's happening, so that everyone can be updated as to what's going on and what we are doing. So that is something that's very excited. Ozzy, so good to see you. Pauline and Katrina, good to see you. Anyway, as I was saying, that's something to look forward to once we are able to expand into the world once this lockdown has been lifted. But in the meantime, I also want to begin to see what we can do to spread awareness and raise consciousness, even without the ability to actually go out in the real world. So we're going to begin exploring those different ideas. There's a lot of different things that I want to look at. I want to see if we can perhaps start different you know, perhaps branches or sections of Hyperionism dedicated to important causes such as Black Lives Matter, veganism, meritocracy, LGBTQ. I would love to see different sections and branches of Hyperionism where the focus is are on these important issues, and that's something I want to look into. How soon we can do this, we'll see. The important thing that we have to do is making sure that we find individuals who are very educated in those topics, as well as has a firm understanding, a very, very firm understanding of Hyperianism, and is able to have the time and commitment to such things, which is difficult to find. But we will be constantly on the lookout for this, because that's something that's very important to me. However, I don't want to rush it, because I want to make sure that it's done right, you know? That's what's so important about all this, especially when tackling important issues. We want to make sure that it is done right, so we don't want to rush anything. But that is something that's very important to me, and I would love to talk about how we can instigate that sort of thing. Just taking a look at, oh yes, how could I forget? Women's liberation is super important to us. If I forgot to list anything, it's not because it's any less important. It's just because, wow, you know, there are so many issues, so many important issues in the world that we need to be focusing on. So that is something absolutely that we can look into. I'm just taking, there are so many comments going by. Remember, guys, too, you can use the super chat feature to ask questions if you'd like. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat too, because I am looking at the chat and I will answer questions. Macy said, I showed my friends your channel, and I think I'm convincing some of them to look into Hyperianism. That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Sophie Ann says, still waiting for your books to arrive in the mail. Can't wait to read. Yeah, there was a whole bunch shipped out. What's today? What day is it? It's Thursday. A whole bunch were shipped out on Tuesday. The mail system's a little slow right now because of the pandemic and whatnot. But you should be getting them very soon. Well, one up kid said, Morgue, how about a glass of wine? So I only have one bottle of wine. Do I even have a bottle of wine? You know what? I may have. Dallin Coates, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Do I have a bottle of wine? I don't. I think I'm out of wine. I think probably the only alcohol I have is no, I do have. I don't know. I think I have a beer. But I don't really drink beer. I have a beer because someone gave it to me a long time ago. Months and months and months and months ago. Probably last year someone gave me a beer. I think that's why you are all trying to get me drunk, apparently. Should I drink a beer? I mean, I don't really, I'm not a huge fan of beer, but we are celebrating. Mish, thank you for helping us wake up the world. You sent a fox with a heart. How very cute. Put lemon juice in the beer. I don't have any. I don't have any lemon juice. You guys are all telling me to drink. You're terrible. Mish, thank you so much. Let me see. You know what? Why not? Why don't I get the one beer that I have? Sure. All right, you guys requested it. I will have the one beer that I have, but I refuse to drink it out of I'm going to drink it out of a wine glass at the very least. I know that's horrible, but I refuse to. I have to have some level of civilization here. Walter Hurst, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Walter says, look at this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. You should get some Jägermeister and some Red Bull or Monster and have a Jaeger bomb. No. When I was probably 21 or 22, I blacked out on Jaeger bombs. So no, thank you. Where was I? I was at the Roxy. It's a club in Hollywood. You know, I was young. I was like 21 or 22. And so I was new to drinking. And I did not know my limit. And I had a shit ton of Jaeger bombs. I don't know how many Jaeger bombs I had. And I was at a Roxy to see a band, and I ended up blacking out in the bathroom in the stall in the bathroom in the Roxy. And I didn't even get to see the band. This was when the opening bands were still playing. I didn't even get to see the band, and this happened. And I passed out in the bathroom in the Roxy, and which is absolutely disgusting. For those, the Roxy the Roxy bathrooms are not a place that you want to black out in. They're very gross. So yeah, not my finest moment. However, it did teach me to know my limit. So that's probably another reason why I'm not a big fan of beer. Wait, we've had some donations here. Did I miss anyone? Let me see. Who did we miss? Let's see. Brenda Chartrand and Aquapuff and Patricia Lucas. Thank you for helping us wake up the world. Oh yeah, and I have to say this because I don't know if YouTube gets weird about me drinking, but don't drink alcohol. So anyway, you guys are so distracting. What we are doing, what our mission is and our goal is to spread awareness and spread consciousness. You know, that's the whole thing. It's not like this is some popularity contest. You see, you know, sometimes I create videos specifically to weed out certain types of people. Like when I created that Black Lives Matter video. It actually, you know, made the subscriber count fall a lot. But guess what? I don't give a fuck, because it's not about popularity. It's about, you know, we don't want any people with racist ideologies on this channel. You know, same thing with women's liberation and LGBTQ. When all these things, right? It's not about just getting numbers really high or something. And I see a lot of YouTubers and influencers who won't talk about certain things because all they just want is their numbers to go up. But that's not the point here. The point is, you know, again, if you support discriminatory things like that, you know, please unsubscribe right fucking now. But this is why it's so important. And why it's such a great thing for us to make and achieve these goals, because we are achieving these goals despite this negative world that we're facing, right? That's why it's so exciting, because it's not like, oh, well, we're just making videos about playing video games or makeup or what. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. You know, we all need entertainment. We all need time to unwind, and watching things like that can be helpful. But what I mean is that this is a real mission, and so this achievement is not any kind of superficial thing. It's fantastic that is showing our influence in the world, and why I am so happy for all of us as we seek to move forward. All right, let me, wait, we had some donate. Oh, wow. Okay, so who do we have here? Valiant Ferguson and Toxic Pixie donated $40. Thank you so much, Toxic Pixie. Says, thanks for being inspirational and help me to understand my mind a little better. Cheers. Cheers to you as well. That means the world to me when I get these messages. I can't tell you how, because we face so many trolls, so many people trying to shut us down, right? Contra mundum. Contra mundum means against the world. And we really are against the world. The world is up and against us. So we get so many trolls, so many haters. But it means the world to me, all these other messages that I get from people saying, you know, this has really helped me understand myself, open my mind, become a better person, expand my consciousness. People who are changing their minds on Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. So many messages, people saying that they're seeing why it's so important now and why we need to support these things. People who are leaving religion, mainstream religion, saying that, you know, how much of a stranglehold it has had on their mind, but this has helped them really break through and be their own person. All these things are so exciting. Oh, by the way, guys, I do want to mention that in the secret live stream, I am going to be swallowing a sword today. Yep, in celebration, I will be swallowing a sword in the secret patrons only live stream. So if you do want to be a part of that, you can. It's a great time to support. You can support, I'll put the link in the comments to support on Patreon. And that is where you can be a part of it if you'd like. Like I said, I will be swallowing a sword in the secret live stream in celebration. So it's a great time to support if you'd like to be a part of that. So link is in the comments. And Crazy Bitch, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. Moonbat wants to know how's the beer. It's not terrible, to be honest. I haven't had I don't know when the last time it was that I've had a beer. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world. I much prefer wine. That means a lot, May Lewis. Oh, that's awesome. Macy says, I just became a patron. I'm so happy I get to support you more. That means a lot. Thank you, Macy. I look forward to seeing you in the secret live as well. Oh, that's awesome. Veronica joined Patreon as well. If you became a patron, let me know in the comments and I'll shout you out, because that's the best way. That's the best way to help. And you know, this whole idea about achieving goals, right? I want to talk about just a minute about why it's so important and how to achieve your goals. Here's the thing I really want to get across. So many people talk about The Secret and law of attraction. And again, putting forth an unpopular opinion, but it's true, right? This is true, and if I offend some people, whatever. But law of attraction and The Secret, they're bullshitting you. Basically, what they say is that, especially that, basically just think about what you want, visualize it, and you'll get it. If you think about getting money, attracting money to you, you'll just get it. You'll get checks in the mail. No. See, this is absolute bullshit. And so many people fall for it. And why? Because people are lazy and they want to believe that, oh, if I just think really hard, something will happen. Now, is it true that visualizing a goal will help you achieve your goal? Yes, 100%. But is that all you do? No. To achieve a goal, there are two elements. Visualization and will. Guess what? Will is a lot harder. That's why they take the will out. Because people don't like to hear it. but you have to apply will. So guess what? Achieving this 100,000 subscriber goal, yes, I did visualize it. I set a goal, right? Okay, by the end of the year, 100,000, we're going to do it. Let's get there. Bam, we set it. But then did it just magically happen? No, it's through blood, sweat, and tears. Working on creating content, working on spreading information, building this community with you guys, right? It took dedication, it took will, it took effort, it took strength of mind. So if you want to achieve a goal, yes, set an intention. Yes, visualize it. Yes, write it down. All these things, great, fantastic. But you must apply will, right? If you don't apply will, it's like if you want to go somewhere, setting your intention is like knowing where you want to go, right? If you're in a car and you want to go somewhere, you figure it out. All right, this is where I want to go. This is how I'm going to get there. But if you don't apply will, which is like gas, if you don't put gas in the car, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. You're never going to. So this is why will is the fuel that allows us to get there. Oh, wow. No, hold on. I missed some donations here. Sinclair, Angelo, and David again. David, you are amazing, my friend. Thank you for helping us wake up the world. So Sinclair says, thank you for bringing together such a wonderful community. Congrats on 100,000. We did it. Absolutely. Cheers, my friend. And then David, you were fucking awesome. What did David say? David said, I said this a few days ago, when there is no more separation between this and that and all forms and things, it is called the still point of the universe. At the still point in the center of the spiral, one can see the infinite in all things. It makes me think of you. Absolutely. That's the difference between the transcendent and the immanent perspective. The transcendent perspective is outside the world. The source perspective, where everything is connected, everything is one, is the union of subject and object. And then the immanent perspective is when we're in the world. It's fractured. We have avatars. There are others. There are other selves. There are different. There is separation. So we have a duality going on, both at the same time. And so that's why it's so important to have both the transcendent and the immanent perspective. To have the transcendent perspective, to know that we are all connected, we are all one, and there is no difference from that perspective. Then to have the immanent perspective and then be like, wow, but we also live in space and time. We have avatars, there's separation, and there's a lot we need to recognize and work on in the world. So that's why it's important to have both of these perspectives. Because if you only have the transcendent perspective, there's going to be problems. And if you only have the immanent perspective, there's going to be problems, right? So there are some people who only have the immanent perspective. They only have the glasses of space and time on, and they only see division and fracture. And they don't have the transcendent perspective. There's a lot of problems with that, right? Then you have people who only have the transcendent perspective. Some New Ager types, people like that. And they only think in terms of unity, and then they don't really do anything because they go, well, we're all one anyway. We're just gonna sort of sit here, and they don't really work to actively make change in the world and progress. You see, so it's very important to have both perspectives, both the transcendent, knowing that we are from the source perspective, all one, eternal minds, united. And then to see in the immanent perspective, but we also live in a fractured and divided world where there is division, and we need to work on that, recognize it, see that it exists, and make change. Sandra Hanan, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. And for Dave, let's spam the tri-scale for David, because you are amazing, my friend. You are amazing, my friend. So let's spam the tri-scale for David El Bebe. Absolutely fantastic. And remember, guys, if you are on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. That's where I'm interacting in the comments and everything's going down. So come on over there and smash that like button, guys. Let's Let's get that like counter up. Let's smash that like button. Sinclair again, how's the beer? The beer is, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of all I had. So, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly not my favorite. Yes, destroy the like button. Jessica, thanks for coming over from Facebook. Wow, Brian, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. Brian says, that's Australian, right? Australian. What is $50 Australian? I don't even know. Let me put I'm assuming it's Australian because it says A. Thank you so much, my friend. I believe, if I'm doing it correctly, that's about $35. You are awesome. Thank you so much. And what did you say? Let me read. Hi, Morgue. I returned to Source in late 2016. I died and then returned. It felt like I was home when I was out there. Your videos have enabled me to truly understand my experience and the reality of it all. Keep up the great work, Ad Astra. I'm glad my work has helped my friend. That's very interesting. You said in late 2016. Did you have a near-death experience or something like that? Very, very interesting, my friend. Jordan Lloyd, thanks for coming over from Facebook. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. And if you sign up on Patreon, let me know and I'll give you a shout out. We have a lot of Australian Hyperions. Right now, there's a lot of Hyperions in Los Angeles. So it seems like right now the big hot spots for Hyperions are Los Angeles, New York, Canada, Australia, and some in London. Not as much, but I would say the major ones right now are Los Angeles, New York, Canada, and Australia. Very interesting. Jeffrey is from New Mexico. Hello, hello. That's another thing that... Oh, Aaron Banfield, thank you so much for supporting on Patreon. Oh, Brian Ricketts said, actually died. My heart got jump-started 3 times in intensive care. Wow. And I assume you had you said you had an experience of the source. I would love to hear about that. It's absolutely very interesting. Very, very interesting. A lot of people, New Jersey, Michigan. That's another thing that I would like to do at some point soon, when we can, is have some sort of database for aggregating, showing where Hyperions are, where they're located, and things like that. And that's another, I also, there are a lot of challenges with growing this movement. And one of the challenges, I'll tell you guys right now, because I want to be very upfront and open with you guys. One of the challenges in growing this movement is being able to somehow indicate how much a person understands Hyperionism. Because we'll have a lot, because we're growing fast, right? And there are tons and tons and tons of people who are a part of this. And some of them will study and study and study and study and really have a great grasp of Hyperionism and then go, yes, I am Hyperion. But then there are other people who will literally just watch one video and then they'll call themselves Hyperion, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes difficult because that's one of the challenges is sort of finding a way to indicate how much someone understands, because we want to make sure that we are represented correctly, if that makes sense, and that there is a full and total understanding. So that's one of the challenges that we're facing, because we are growing so fast. We're getting so many people coming in and saying, yeah, I want to be Hyperion. And a lot of people are amazing, but then you get some other people who just don't get what it is, yet they still will say, you know, that I'm Hyperion or something like that. That's awesome. I'm looking at the comments here. Sarah says, you have explained so many concepts in ways that have helped me to understand my experiences in an expanded way. Thank you for being awesome. You're very welcome. I'm glad my videos have helped. And that's another thing too. You can enjoy my channel without being Hyperion as well. If you're not necessarily Hyperion and you enjoy my channel, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm just speaking to those who actually are. Arjun says maybe have an official Hyperion exam. Yeah, and that is steps that we are taking to do things like that. That's why we have the middle circle exam and things like that. We are taking steps to do that. That's another thing that I want to talk about too. Another thing that I would love to implement is, as we get bigger, as we expand, which is happening so rapidly, I would love to do these certain live streams where we talk strategy, where we can talk about, you know, what you can do, what we can do to expand the movement and things like this. Word Weaver says from Montclair, California. Yeah, we have a lot of people from California. That's awesome, JS Clay. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Sarah says, hello, first time catching you live. Been watching your videos for a few years. Pretty positive. We've known each other in past lives. I always feel it when I watch your videos. I'm happy to hear that. So nice to see you, Sarah. I'm glad that you found our channel. And that's why we want to, you know, the whole point of this is to, so I always talk about, it's like raising a flag or shooting flares into the air, saying, hey, here we are. We're here to find the others. We are here to find, well, our other selves, those pieces of us, right? We're here to bring everyone together in this fractured world, to bring them together. And in this crazy world, we're sort of signaling to others, other like-minded individuals, here we are, come unite with us. Veronica Rosberry, here, let me put the comments up here. Veronica Rosberry, thank you for helping us wake up the world, says, please more content on expanding the movement. I'm glad that that interests you, and if it does, I would love to discuss things like this. I would love to discuss things like this more. Absolutely, absolutely. I want to consider doing live streams or actually videos on strategy sessions, expansion sessions, things like this. I would love Spores talking about Hyperion communities. Yes, absolutely. We refer to these as Hyperion collectives. I would love for us to begin at some point having Hyperion collectives spring up all over the world. I would love to see that. I would love to see that, because we are planting the seeds for a new future, a new humanity, a new earth, a new world. And that's what we're doing right now, is planting the seeds. And when we start implementing these Hyperion collectives around the world, that will be the first sprouts of our glorious new world. I'm out. Let me all right, this is the last. I can't believe I'm drinking beer out of a wine glass. This is nigh blasphemous. What was I? also going to say, oh yeah, remember guys that we are having a secret live stream after this where I will be swallowing a sword. I will be swallowing a sword in celebration in our secret live stream. So make sure that you are there. I'll put the link in the comments if you'd like to support. Now's a great time to do it because I will be swallowing a sword in the secret live stream. I'll put it there. And I'm looking at you guys on Facebook. You guys on Facebook should come over to YouTube. That's where I interact in the comments. Oh, big shout. Let me shout out real quick to Dana, J, Sean, Jay, Anna, Erica, Soren. Oh, hey, Soren. I haven't seen you in a while. Steven, Alessa, and Sean for donating stars on Facebook. Shout out to you guys. Okay. Let me jump back in to... Oh, Samaya, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Samaya says, do you know why NASA changed their mind on space travel? That's something I haven't actually followed. Let me look into it. I'll look into it and take a look at what's going on there. Hunter, thanks for coming over from Facebook. And if you do sign up on Patreon, let me know in the comments and I'll shout you out. If I don't see it, say it more than once because the comments are going by kind of fast. Jessica says, what exactly is Hyperion? I feel stupid for asking. I've only found you today. Like what you talked about, and I've been struggling so much in my head. Well, don't worry. Don't worry. That's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about. If you want to know what Hyperionism is, it's look, we are here to create a new humanity and a new earth. And we are led by logic and reason. We understand that each one of us is an eternal mind, but taken together, we form the absolute, Abraxas, the one mind. We are both one and many at the same time, and it's our mission to self-actualize and actualize the collective. Now, we are an extremely advanced system that is the culmination of and synthesis of all past knowledge. So it's a really big system. So take your time. Don't worry about it. Check out my videos. Check out the material we have. There's a lot to go through. That's another thing I want to say to you guys. This is a very expansive system. It's very detailed, very in-depth. So don't feel like you have to know everything all at once. There's nothing wrong with taking time to understand this. Some societies in the past would have really, really strict measures. Some of them would their members would have to take a year of silence. They wouldn't be allowed to talk for a year before they could join. For many different reasons, and one of them to show that they really had the commitment and the drive to understand. Now, of course, we don't do anything like that, but it's just my point to really, in this age of instant gratification, there's nothing wrong with taking your time to really understand and grasp everything. DeJaris Mills, so good to see you, my friend, and thank you for helping us wake up the world. Okay, so Sumaya says, pronouncing my name wrong, but I love you. Okay, so is it Sumaya? Tell me, somehow communicate to me how to pronounce your name, and I will rectify my mistake. I apologize. Let me know how to pronounce. I'm good at many things. One thing that I am not good at is figuring out how to pronounce names as they are written on social media. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Jessica. So, guys, we have reached 100,000. How fucking amazing is that? So, what shall our next goal be? What shall our next goal be? Well, now that we have reached 100,000, let's begin our march to 1 million. Our march to 1 million. That is our goal. So we've hit 100,000. Let's multiply that tenfold. Let's multiply that tenfold. We will now begin our march to 1 million. And I can't wait to achieve that. with you all, my friends, as we expand into the world, raise consciousness, and really plant the seeds of transformation. Water those seeds and watch them grow, because it's growing so fast. Toxic Pixie says, I just became a patron supporter. Thank you so much for supporting Toxic Pixie. Yes, absolutely. Olibama says, I just subscribed to your Patreon. Thank you so much. And Lori Leavitt, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Interesting. Zochitl, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Zochitl says, I use this tool to set short-term and long-term goals. Use the acronym SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Very interesting. I'll look into that. That's very, very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so Iva, your name isn't Iva? What is it, Eva? Somehow communicate how to... Iva says I've pronounced your name wrong 3 times. I'm sure now it's 4 and 5. Somehow try and let me know how to pronounce your name. Oh, okay, so Sandra, for Sandra, it's Ha-Nin. Ha-Nin. Okay. All right. S. Wallace, thank you for subscribing and for the stars. Sandra Hanin. See? I know now. The Million Monad March. I love that. That sounds great. The Million Monad March. Or March to a Million. 100 monad. Or a million monads. Yes, absolutely. Mark says, do I ever respond to Facebook messages? No, and I'm sorry. And the only reason why that is because guess what, guys? On Facebook, we have 300,000. We're over 300,000 on Facebook, which is insane. But I get so many messages on Facebook that I can't keep up with them all. And I'm sorry, I wish I could. Look, guys, if I had all the time in the world, I would just sit there and talk to every single one of you and respond to every single message I got. I really would. But I literally can't, and I wish that I could, but I literally can't. I would if I did, I wouldn't be able to create videos. I wouldn't be able to write books. I wouldn't be able to live stream. I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I just want to let you guys know that when you do contact me through something like Facebook, I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I literally can't. So just know that it's not because I'm ignoring you or I'm a dick or something. I really wish that I could. Oh, so Zachitl says, thank you for helping us wake up the world, by the way. Although you pronounce my name correctly, I go by Sochi or Sochi, like the Olympics. Okay, so Sochi or Sochi? Well, which one? Which one, though? I'm going to say it's Sochi, all right? So Sochi. I'm going to assume that I'm saying that correctly. Sochi. If I'm not, let me know. Jordan, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yeah, please subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button too, guys. Smash that like button. The one wants to know, what book are we reading next? What book are we reading next? So if you don't know, we do book readings every Monday, live book readings. That's why you should be subscribed. If you haven't seen those, you're missing out. I love the book readings. It's one of my favorite nights. Yeah, I love the secret streams too. I'm torn. But the book readings are amazing. I haven't decided on the next book yet. We will see. We will see. What now? Yeah, so Sandra Hanin says, Facebookers, head on over to YouTube, be in the troll-free zone. Yeah, so if you guys are on Facebook and wondering why I'm not in the Facebook comments, it's because there's a lot of trolls on Facebook. I don't know, well, I kind of know why. I kind of know why, to be honest. But yeah, there are a lot of trolls on Facebook. That's why I interact on the YouTube comments, because the YouTube, for the most part, YouTube is a much better platform for having a healthy community. So yeah, there's a lot of trolls on Facebook. We do have moderators here. Where are the moderators? Say hi, moderators. Susan and Rowan, hello. So that is our next goal. Our goal is the march to 1 million. We hit 100,000 subscribers, and we hit that so fucking fast. So fucking fast. I remember when, you know, I first started, not when I first, but it was in December of last year. Was it December? I believe it was December. I thought, okay, let's really focus on creating content on YouTube. Let's really focus on, because that seems like a good platform for building a community. So let's really focus on that. And I remember when we first started on YouTube in December, we were getting about 15 to 20 new subscribers a day. About 15 to 20 new subscribers a day. And I thought, wow, fuck, you know, that's kind of low, but whatever, who cares? Let's make our goal 100,000. That's what our goal is going to be, 100,000. And like I said, we were doing like 15, 20 subscribers a day. Then, guess what fucking happened? We put in the work, and now we're averaging somewhere around at least 200 subscribers a day. So we multiplied it by tenfold, and we hit our goal in half the time than what we set it as. Absolutely astounding, absolutely amazing. So now we are beginning our march to 1 million. March to 1 million. Toxic Pixie, thank you for helping us wake up the world. You have unlocked loyalty badges. Megan, hello Megan, nice to see you. Velociraptor says exponential growth. Absolutely. Kevin Hall says subscribed at 200 a long time ago. Wow, you subscribed when we had 200 subscribers? You are an old school subscriber, my friend. Velociraptor says hashtag MMM Million Monad March. I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Mark says, would you be willing to do a video on dream properties? Well, what exactly do you mean by dream properties, my friend? Do you mean symbolism and things like that? Let me know what you mean by properties. Dig wants to know, what are you sipping? Cheers. This is it's a beer. It's all I really had. It's all I really had. I don't particularly care for it, but it's all I had. So what are Valeska Rose, good to see you. Sinclair says we better check Urban Dictionary to make sure MMM doesn't mean something crazy. I know, right? Yes. You never know these days. Jeez. Sophie Ann says, what are your thoughts on marijuana? Interestingly, I have written about marijuana in my book, The Metaphorical Suicide. I have. And, you know, actually I'm doing a video. So I have a video coming out very soon. And it's interesting. The video topic is on Donald Trump and psychedelics. So in this video, you will be able to see my opinion on psychedelics. And also, this video is also created to weed out Trump supporters. So this new video that I have coming out very soon is twofold. One, it's an attack on Donald Trump to weed out Trump supporters. And it also gives my opinion on psychedelics. I know it's a weird thing, but you'll see. It'll make sense in the context of the video. Kermidiu says, you mean Trump supporters are still subscribed to you? There are some. I don't know why they don't just go away. Yeah. I mean, it's I keep saying, go, shoo, but they don't listen. They do not listen. Let me see. What do we have? Hold on here. Let me take a look. Okay. So, guess what? I have to take a piss because this see, that's another reason why I don't like drinking beer, because it makes me have to take a piss. So, I'm going to go take a piss. And in the meantime, feel free to ask some questions. I'll answer some questions when we come back. And don't forget, we're having our secret live stream. If you want to be a part of the secret live stream where I will be swallowing a sword in celebration, go support on Patreon and let me know if you do, and I'll shout you out. Aqua, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. Let me look at this real quick, then I have to go to the restroom. Says, my BFF is in the hospital for psychosis, possible schizophrenia. I know she's... I think you're just asking me in general my thoughts on schizophrenia and psychosis. That is a very, there is such a big spectrum of schizophrenia and psychosis. But essentially what's happening in cases like this, it's when your dream world is leaking into your, in the objective world. Your subjective world is leaking into the objective world. And there are a lot of, one of the pros to this is that people who this happens to, they seem to have flashes of insight and intuition, but the con is, they find it's incredibly difficult sometimes to operate in the world. And again, this lies on a spectrum, so it's hard to say in a very specific case. But there was a time in history when humanity was first developing consciousness that it was almost like humanity was sort of schizophrenic, because they were constantly having auditory and possibly even visual hallucinations. But I'm sorry to hear about your friend. I hope she recovers. I'm not sure exactly what's happening there, but that's one thing that we want to do in a new world as well, is change the way that we look at people with mental health problems and see that look at it differently. And sometimes people are treated terribly. We want to treat them well. We want to treat them well, and not like ostracize them or look down on them, which society tends to do. Anyway, it's a very complicated subject, and I'm not sure exactly what's happening with your friend. But thank you. I have to use the restroom. Ask questions, do the thing, and I will be right back. All right, I have returned. Hello, everybody. Let me see what is going on. Hello, hello. Make sure to smash like. Who's on Facebook? So many people are on Facebook. Make sure you come on over. Come on over to YouTube. That's where I'm interacting in the comments. Okay. So let's take a look here. Melinda says, smash the life out of that like button. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of questions about dreams I'm seeing. I should do some more videos on dreams because I'm seeing a lot of interest and a lot of questions there, and it's a very misunderstood subject. When you dream, you are experiencing your internal contents, your unconscious structure. And that can be influenced by the collective. So there are some archetypal patterns that are I don't want to say universal, but I mean it depends. It's a very difficult thing to discuss because there are different dream levels. So if you haven't seen my video on dream levels, you should watch that, because there is a structure, your unconscious structure, and it is taking on, say, the clothes, so to speak, of whatever dream level you are at. So if you're experiencing something in a dream, if you're in the deepest dream level, you're experiencing the universal collective unconscious. A little higher, you're experiencing the human collective unconscious. Higher than that, you're experiencing your personal unconscious. And then higher than that, it's a shallow level of the unconscious where you're experiencing schemas and things like this. Thank you, D. Zelatov, welcome. Aaron Banfield says, I want to learn how to lucid dream. Definitely check out, I have some videos on lucid dreaming. Check that out. I have a whole dreaming playlist, so you should certainly check that out. Well, guys, I think that we should probably... It's getting close to the time for the secret live stream. So I probably need to get ready for that. Oh, Laura, let's see. Lori, leave it. Thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. You are amazing, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone that supports. That's how I'm able to do what I do. So we are going to have the secret patrons only live stream. I will be swallowing a sword in celebration. So I'll put the link in there. Make sure that you are there if you would like to be. And let me see. I think we had a question. Wait, let me see. There are some questions. Let me see. Oh wow, we have a lot here. Okay, so thank you to Mish, Walter Hurst, and Metem Psycho for helping us wake up the world. Metem Psycho says, congrats on 100K. Can't thank you in this community enough. That means a lot. Thank you. And sorry, this is lagging a little bit over here, but Mish says, any thoughts or plans on bringing Hyperianism to Europe? Yes, we do have quite a few Hyperions in Europe. So, yes, I mean, it's on my to-do list. It's on my to-do list. So hard during the lockdown and everything like this. So it is on my mind, and it's something that we will be looking into as soon as we possibly can, taking into account world events. Walter Hurst, thank you so much. What does it mean if you lived through death over and over again, but now you feel absolutely nothing and fear nothing due to living through death over and over? Well, that's you shouldn't fear death. That's absolutely right. You shouldn't. I mean, of course, you should take the necessary. You shouldn't take unnecessary risks or things like that. But death has a very negative stigma associated with it. And really, we all have lived through death countless times. We are all eternal. We have all lived and died physically countless times. But we are, as minds, are eternal. So, yes, we need to have that understanding that we are eternal minds and death holds no sway over us. Lila, thank you so much for helping us wake up the world. Jessica, thank you for helping us wake up the world. Oh, Susan, that's so nice. Susan says, love from your mods. Oh, well, that's not, you don't have to do. So apparently the moderators through Susan have donated $50. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing and you help so much in this community. That was completely unnecessary, but thank you so much. That means you guys are killing it. Absolutely awesome. Geez, that was great. Moderators, you get party lights. And what shall we spam for the moderators? Let's spam the Omega Sphere. Moderators get the Omega Sphere. Let's spam. Let's show our appreciation for the mods. Spam the Omega Sphere. Thank you guys for making this a great community, free from trolls, so we can focus on expanding and actualizing. Thank you guys so much. And Brenda, thank you for helping us wake up the world. The mods are awesome. Look at that. I love seeing all the support. Big shout out to the moderators. Big shout out to the moderators for putting in the effort. And they create amazing content as well. If you guys don't know, they are part of the Hyperion Source, which puts out amazing videos. They just did a video on Black Lives Matter, and from what I understand, they also have some more videos planned coming out to support that soon. And they have an math series teaching ontological mathematics. They have a series on women throughout history. Really great, really great. So you should definitely check them all out. Cheers to the mods for sure. Yeah, big shout out. They because man, we get trolled. There's so many haters out there. So big shout out for making this a healthy community where we can really focus on the topics at hand. Patricia and Sinclair says the Hyperion Source rocks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Walter Hurst, thank you for helping us wake up the world, says, why don't I feel any emotion? Through all the darkness I've been through, I have no feeling. I have gone numb. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that may associate with that. I mean, anhedonia is a state where you no longer experience pleasure, but it sounds like that you are simply not experiencing anything at all. That could have a number of reasons. You know, there could be some sort of disassociation coming with that. You should definitely take a look at, I mean, it's so hard for me to say, right? Because a question like this would require me to know so much about you and what you've gone through and your experiences and how you really feel. Because, I mean, it could be used as an advantage, or it could be something that that it would be best to see a healthcare professional about. So it's really hard to say. I mean, I would definitely, if it's affecting you negatively, right? If you're having a hard time with it. So here's the thing. Like, really, you could see it as a good thing, maybe, where it's like, oh, I'm not really affected anymore, so now I have the freedom to do whatever I want. Of course, within the bounds of logic and reason. However, if it's affecting you negatively and you feel if you don't enjoy this state, if it's a state that you don't enjoy, then it would be a good time to perhaps, seeing a medical professional, psychologist, or something like this. It very much depends. It very, very much depends. Aaron Banfield says, this community is the future. I'm so thankful I'm a part of it. I'm here for a reason, and we're all here for a reason. It's not by accident that we are absorbing this information. Absolutely. And I also want to say that even though we talk about being guided by logic and reason, it doesn't mean that we have to eliminate emotion. We feel. There's nothing wrong with feeling. There's nothing. That is how we subjectively interpret reality. There's nothing at all wrong with feeling. So I don't want anyone to think that. When we say we're guided by logic and reason, it means that the actions and choices we choose are guided by reason. Doesn't mean we don't feel. We absolutely do feel. It just means that when making a decision, logic and reason, wisdom is what guides the way. Because emotions aren't bad. All right? Emotions aren't bad, but they can lead to bad choices. If you're really angry, you might make a rash decision. If you really, really love someone, you also might make a bad decision if they're doing something bad, right? Let's say someone did something bad, but you feel like you love them a lot. Well, maybe you would make a bad choice. Maybe you would. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter. Feeling is incredibly important, but it's important for logic and reason to always lead the way, so people don't take advantage of you and walk all over you, and so that people don't take advantage of the world and walk all over the world. All right, my friends, so good to see you here. We have to start the secret live stream, okay? We have to start the secret live stream where I will be swallowing a sword. Once again, if you want to be a part of that, I'll put the link in the comments. And here they are, link in the comments. Yes, here we go. But I want to say, once again, a huge shout out to everyone for our achievement of 100,000 subscribers. We may be getting, YouTube does send a silver play button award. If that happens, I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll do a live unboxing of that or something like that, which could be very exciting, very interesting. But that aside, I want to say a big shout out to everyone. This is our achievement. This is our movement forward. This is our success in building a new world, spreading awareness, raising consciousness, planting the seeds, and watering it, and seeing it bloom as we move forward to create a new world. So fucking amazing for everything that has happened. 100,000 in half the time that was allotted, that we were shooting for. And that's thanks to every single one of you for supporting, liking, sharing, subscribing, spreading information, being a part of our Monday live streams, being educated in the material, everything. Can't tell you how much this community means to me and how much I appreciate every single one of you. Seriously. So let's begin our march to a million, our million monad march. I can't wait for everything the future has in store. And I'll see you there, my friends. My name is Morgue, and I am Hyperion, ad astra, to the stars.